Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this week's video, I wanted to do a video about things I wish that I knew before going to Baruch, but I couldn't really think of a lot of stuff on my own. So I went on my Instagram and I asked you guys what you wish you knew before going to Baruch to people that I knew, like some of my friends, just people from Baruch that follow me, to see what they had to say, and I thought I'd share this with you guys. For those that just got accepted to Baruch, congrats. I'm so happy for you guys. Hopefully when classes are back in person, I can see you guys and it'll be super fun. But I wanted to share my list of things I came up with of what people wish they knew before going to Baruch College. Before I get into this video, don't forget to subscribe. The small YouTuber shoutouts are now going to be at the end of the video, so stick around for that. And let's just get into it. First one was that you could drop classes and don't have to take Boris all semester. If you've watched any of my Baruch videos, you know who Boris is. Boris was me and like my friend sent this in. Me and my friend's professor for philosophy that we took freshman year. That class ruined our GPA. So what she means by that is if you're in a class and you're doing really bad and it's right before you can drop the class, drop it, because it's better to get an F in the class or drop it than it is to get a D. For example, if it's past the drop date and you know your grade's like a D right now, purposefully fail the final, because it's better that you fail the class and retake it than have that D permanently on your transcript that you cannot like retake the class for. It's literally better to fail a class than to get a D at Baruch, because you can always take the class again and it's going to replace that F. So yes, if you're doing really bad in a class, drop it or purposely get an F. Next one, you must take the stairs every day around campus. Now there's this one building, it was under construction for the entire time I've been at Baruch, and it's 17 floors. Only 2 of the elevators worked. So for that building, you had to come like half an hour, 45 minutes before your class to even get there on time, because they would only let, I think, 8 people into an elevator at a time, and 17 floors of building, like, and everybody has class at the same time. It gets crazy. So yeah, if you were below the 10th floor, I believe, you had to take the stairs to your class, unless like obviously you had disability, you had to take the stairs. They're like, oh, what floor are you on? You say 6, they point you to the stairs. So yes, you have to take the stairs everywhere. Even the main building where all the elevators for the most part work, the escalators get super crowded, so some people do take the stairs instead, and you also have to wait for those elevators. There's like 4 gigantic elevators, but it's literally a crowd in front of them. So if you really want to get a class on time, you might also have to take the stairs in that building. So there's that, but it gives you good cardio. It's a good workout. Next one, the school was shut down for the 2nd semester. I got a lot about COVID. Yeah, I wish I knew that too, but hopefully we'll be back in person next semester. About the professors with the rolling eyes emoji. There are a lot of bad professors at Baruch. I'm not gonna like lie to you guys. There are a good amount of great ones, but a lot of them are really bad. If you go on Rate My Professor, you will see that a lot of them are really bad, but I don't know if it's the professors that are bad or if it's the classes that are really hard. Because for me, I've had a few horrible professors, meaning they don't care about their students. They purposely want to make the class hard to, I don't know, boost their ego. And they're just not good at teaching, and they shouldn't be in education. Yes, I've had professors like that, but I've also had professors that were good. The class was just ridiculously hard. Like I took microeconomics. My professor was amazing, but I still almost failed that class, and it wasn't his fault. It was all me. I just cannot understand micro. How bad the elevators were. I touched on this a little bit, but yeah, the elevator situation was kind of bad in the old building. In the new building, it was still kind of bad, even though the elevators were huge. There were crowds in front of the elevator, but there's a trick. This is kind of rude and I don't know, but like I did this, all my friends did this. So there's elevators and everybody stands at the front. There's like a crowd at the front waiting for people to come out so they can squeeze in like sardines. If you go around the back of the elevators where the vending machines are, no one's standing there, and the elevator opens on both sides so you can quickly get in from the back. That's what I ended up doing, and a lot of my friends did too, so there's a tip. But yeah, the elevators are always crowded and horrible. About Hillel, obviously, yes, Hillel is amazing. If you're Jewish, or even if you're not, if you just want to join Hillel, definitely like DM me on Instagram. I can get you like in touch with people. I can tell you about all their opportunities. They have a ton of fellowships that pay you to literally go. I did one my freshman year, and I went every Thursday for like half an hour to learn about Judaism, and you get paid with a trip to Europe or an iPad. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, DM me on Instagram and I will let you know. COVID, just COVID. I mean, yeah. Places to eat at near Baruch. Okay, let me give you a few. I think I got a question like this in one of my other Baruch videos, but DD Dumpling was all right. Like their food was good, but it was like, you get what you pay for, just super, super cheap. You get a bunch of dumplings, you can get lo mein, a lot for like very little money. There was a ramen truck in front of Starbucks that is also not the healthiest, but it was like $5 for a giant soup of ramen. It wasn't just like your average ramen you make in the microwave. Like it was actually good. And they put like egg in there and like the broth was really good. So that place is good. Kava, oh my god, kava is amazing, but you will get addicted to it. It's a lot of food, so it's like when you go and you get a bowl, it's like lunch and dinner. It's like Mediterranean Chipotle. That's how I describe it to people, but it's so good. Like everything's seasoned amazing, it's healthy, it's amazing. It's a little expensive. It's like Chipotle price, but way better than Chipotle. Let me think of another one. The Kung Fu Tea right off the 6 train on 23rd Street. That location has fried chicken along with like bubble tea and stuff, and their fried chicken is so good. There's a Popeyes right next to Baruch, but unpopular opinion, Popeyes is awful. So I got fried chicken from Kung Fu Tea. That was like literally right off the 6 train. So there's a good one too. Making schedules. Yeah, I did not know the schedule situation coming in, because when you're a freshman, your first semester, Baruch makes the classes for you. So they make you a schedule based on like the math placement test, which I heard they got rid of, and the English placement and just what you need. So they make you a schedule your first semester, but then after that, you're kind of on your own. They don't really prepare you for that. So I honestly talked to a lot of upperclassmen that were majoring the same thing as me. I went to an advisor who gave me horrible advice. There are good advisors and there's bad advisors, so I didn't know that. There's this website called DegreeWorks where you can look at what classes you still need, what classes you've already taken, but it's not 100% accurate. There are some things that are missing that you still need before you graduate, so meet with an advisor. I just met with my advisor, I think like 2 weeks ago, and he told me that I need 2 more classes that I did not know before I graduate, so I think I'm gonna take them over the summer. But ask around basically about your schedule and ask like what classes you should take before certain others. Like I'm glad I took microeconomics before macro. I'm glad I took both those economic classes before Finance 3000. Like there's like an order you can take them that'll make college easier. So definitely ask around like seniors and juniors what you should take. Make friends at private universities. Yes, this is so true. My roommate actually did not go to Baruch. My roommate from my apartment, she went to LAM. If you know the dorms at Baruch, they share them with LAM, Hunter, Pace, a few kids from Pace were there, like a bunch of random schools. So I met a bunch of LAM girls and I became friends with a few, and my roommate was one of them, and I'm glad I made friends with her. Friends from other schools. I had a friend at Parsons. Making friends at other schools other than Baruch, like, because there's so many schools in New York, in any city really. If you're like in Boston, like the amount of colleges that are in Boston, you can make friends with people from there. It doesn't just have to be your school, because it's nice to like make friends with people from other schools. That the elevators would not work, another one. Yeah, the elevators would not work. I think they're talking about the old building where all of the elevators broke, and it was under construction for my freshman, sophomore year and half my junior year. So yeah, COVID would happen. Yeah. How unfinished the music business major is. I don't know too much about it. I know one of my friends that I met in the dorms, he was a music major and he was a little confused. And I know one of my other friends made like an ad hoc major with like some other type of art. And I feel like because Baruch is so known for business, their business school is like mastered their like program, but other things like music or like liberal arts and things like that might not be up to the same standard. Like it might not be as finished. I've heard lots of students complain about that. So if you're going into something that Baruch is not like very known for, maybe ask around in the Facebook group like, hey, is anybody else majoring in this? Is anybody else majoring in music? Or ask like upperclassmen, hey, like I'm majoring in music, what do I need, blah, blah, blah. Because honestly, students will tell you more than advisors and professors and the school will. As much as it sucks, it's true. Someone said, it's just a bigger high school. I respectively disagree. For people who live in New York and then go to Baruch, you grew up in New York, a lot of my friends that grew up in like Brooklyn, like half their high school goes to Baruch. Or a lot of people from Long Island, like they know people from Long Island that go to Baruch. But somebody else from out of state, Boston, it did not feel like a second high school to me. I don't know what kind of high school these kids went to, but that is not what my high school looked like. I can see why, because I feel like high schools in the city are a lot bigger than where I went to high school. Like in my high school, there was very little students. I think my class alone was like 200 kids versus I talked to my friends and they're like, oh, like my school, like my class was 1,000 students. Like that's crazy. crazy. So I get why for like New York residents it would seem like a second high school, but I disagree. For me it was very different, very much felt like a college. Only 3 other people besides me from my high school came to school in New York. 2 of them go to NYU, 1 goes to Columbia. So I'm the only student from my high school that goes to Baruch, like ever. Like not even just my class, but classes below me, like and above me. So those were all of the things everybody sent in to me about what they wish they knew before going to Baruch. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want other type of Baruch videos, let me know down below, because I love making these Baruch like informative videos for you guys. I was talking to a girl from my sorority, and she was telling me how it was really helpful when she was applying to see my videos, and they really helped her out. So I'm really happy about that. If you guys have any specific video ideas, let me know. I know I got a few about like discussing culture at Baruch and like the type of people that go there, but I think that's kind of like a touchy subject, and I don't know if I can make like a video just about like the type of people that go to Baruch, but I could make a video about the social life if you guys want, or anything like that. Just let me know down below or DM me. And yeah, and this week's small YouTuber shout out goes to Caro Della. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correct. I feel like I said it with every small YouTuber shout out. I'm like, am I pronouncing their name correct? But this is her channel. She lives in West Africa, and she does a lot of videos about that. Her thumbnails are so cute. She puts so much effort into her videos. So if you guys want to go check her out, I'll obviously put her link down below. Go subscribe, show some love, comment, all that. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and as always, have a nice day.